Hi, guys, and welcome to the GROMcast. Today we have an interesting cast of hosts. We've got Tom, we got Christian, and we got Mike.
That's right,
And
fuckboys.
our first topic is going to be the Star Fox Zero having performance issues.
That is
Take it,
correct.
Tom.
It
Yes,
looks like a
the
Nintendo.
issues with
it looks
performing.
Like a Nintendo. It looks like a GameCube game. It looks like a GameCube game. That's right. I'm telling you, boys. It looks like a GameCube game, and it doesn't even maintain 60 frames per second, which is shit.
Well, you see, there's also the fact
Wait.
that it needs an easy mode, according to a lot of people, which I don't know.
I don't know. It's
So
too
does
hard
Dark
for
Souls,
me.
according to a lot of people.
Dark Souls.
And I mean, I honestly wouldn't mind. It makes the game a little more marketable.
No, that's the marketing point. We're going to talk about Dark Souls later. That's the marketing point of Dark Souls, that it's not your typical just walk through a game. Anyway, back to Star Fox. It's having performance issues, which I'm not sure exactly like what that means. It could just be like early. I think it was a demo that they sent out to early reviewers or something, or a demo they sent out just to show what their progress is. When does it come out? Does anyone know?
I'm not sure. I know it's good.
It's
Isn't going to be
relatively soon, because my Wii U's telling
Yeah.
me to pre-order it.
You know when Miyamoto's knocking at your door saying, "Please pre-order my game."
It's April 22nd. It comes out.
That's relatively soon.
That's really
AKA, like
soon.
7 days, a week from now. Thanks for dating the
Yep.
podcast. Me.
Please pre-order the game.
I mean, Christian dated the last podcast, so someone has to do it.
he
You dated
dated
the last
it.
one? What do you mean by
Sage?
last one?
Yeah,
The
we don't. We
Tuesday
know,
podcast, because he brings up like in it.
How
What
could
days
you,
today?
Christian? How could you do
Eh,
this to me? You
Today's
know
the
I'm the
14th.
showrunner here. You're out.
Hey,
You're
Tom.
out of the
Hey, Tom.
cast. Christian, you're gone.
Tom.
You're out. Sorry, Christian.
Time you actually answered him and gave the actual date.
Yeah, me. I did. This time. Right now. I
No, when Christian asked you what the date was, you responded with him with the date.
yeah.
So I'm out. Okay. Sorry, guys. So
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
All right, looks like I'm the host of the GROMcast. Let's get back to Star Fox Zero.
Isn't like the whole gimmick of this like Star Fox that you could like have a transformer or something? Doesn't like the ship transform into a ground vehicle, or could you do that before?
No, it has a chicken mode. That's like a new thing in this game. You can do the chicken mode like whenever you want to. Also,
I should have.
Oh, so they took the same thing that like Metal Gear had. Is that like a Japanese game trope now?
What?
That like the chicken mode inside of a game? Star Fox Zero has it. Metal Gear Solid has it. It's for people who aren't real gamers.
I know what you're talking about. What,
Yeah,
what
you
game
can put
has
on
Oh, Metal Gear Solid 5 has chicken mode.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is it like a Japanese game trope now?
I don't know if it's a Japanese game trope. It's in
So-
2 games, so is it even a trope?
Yes.
okay. So the back to Star Fox Zero, the
Still talking about it. But
thing that was the video that was posted about the frame rate dropping. My wondering now is, will there be a patch day one that'll fix any issues?
More than likely, because I was actually I don't know. I was gonna say I saw people were talking about Dark Souls on the console versions. There's frame drops even in like areas where there are no enemies or anything. There's just frame drops. I don't know if they've been patched out or anything yet. I don't know. I can't really talk that much about it because I don't know. Because I have
and
the
we're not
PC
talking
version.
about Dark Souls yet.
Yeah, we're not talking about Dark Souls yet. So
Because I'd really be surprised if Nintendo.
Released a game
Well-
that has frame rate issues.
I guess I understand why they would release it like that, because it's already been delayed. What, 2 times, 1 time?
Because they like money, is what you're trying to tell me.
Well, they
I don't know.
need to make some money. They haven't released
I
it.
you're the only one, Mike,
Yeah.
who was excited for it. I don't really care that much about Star
Oh,
Fox.
I love
Ryan
Star
doesn't even
Fox.
have a Wii U, so he's not playing it. Christian doesn't have a Wii U, so he's not playing it. I don't know.
I was excited for it.
I might let my mom buy it, but she doesn't even care about Star Fox. So
I was definitely
Yeah,
pretty excited about it.
It
I
doesn't
played
seem
Star
that
Fox
interesting.
64 so much growing up.
are you gonna
that
get it?
I love
Are you gonna be
suits.
buying Star Fox Zero?
I'll probably buy it more around the time of my birthday, a couple months from now. I probably won't buy it on release just because I don't really have the money right now for it, but
Because it's bad.
job.
I haven't made any money off that job yet.
Well, you just dated the
Doesn't mean you won't.
podcast, Tom. You
Yeah.
just dated it when Mike got a job.
Everyone knows that day. I can ask the random guy on the street. I stop my car. I will stop my car and just look at the guy at Partridge Creek and be like, "When did Mike get a job?" And you'd be like, I don't know. I mean, I don't. I
Well,
said
you
I don't
just
know.
gave
'Cause
a
I don't
general
know.
location for our podcast,
You'd
Tom.
be like, who's Mike?
Not only did you
You
date the podcast,
just
but you gave a
located
general
our
location.
podcast.
Yes, you can come to my house at 45952 Pizza Lane. Come to my house at 45952 Pizza Lane.
Well, this is getting a
Thanks
little
for repeating that.
too real for me. Like, are we doxing ourselves here?
I'm doxing myself.
Ryan-
My name is
Ryan's safe. Ryan's
Alex,
safe at his apartment
Alex
on campus.
Livonia. Please come to my house. Alex
I-
Livonia,
I'm-
that is me. My
Please
social
call me
security
at.
number is 8675309. That's right,
Please-
8675309.
Please call me at
My IP is 123.866.1.2. Please dox me.
Please dox me.
I mean, speaking of internet attacks against people.
Oh shit,
Wow.
segue. WoW got DDoSed because of their
Yeah.
Domingray servers. I don't remember what they are. What server?
Nostrala, the
Vanilla
vanilla
servers?
Yeah.
Their old server got taken down and everyone got
It's
pissed.
not
And by
their old
everyone,
server. It's a private.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't their old server.
it was an old server, okay?
No, it wasn't an old server. It was just
So
someone
regular
running
server?
a vanilla. It was someone
Wasn't it
privately
like of an
running
old version of the
vanilla.
game?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
okay,
vanilla
so I'm not
WoW. It was
wrong.
of the first version.
you are wrong.
Well,
though. It isn't an
you're
old
very
server.
wrong.
It's a new server playing an older version of the
Okay,
game.
fine. And they took it down. They said you don't want to do that, Mr.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jim Brown.
so that happened.
That video of the guy saying you don't want that. So can we? Are we gonna get like a legacy server? No, you don't want that.
You don't want it.
So what do you guys think? Do you think they were justified in removing it, or
They were
They
justified.
were
It's just a shitty
justified.
thing to
It was
do.
a dumb move.
It's not dumb. It's just
Why?
shitty.
What is their reasons they were saying that they didn't keep it up? Like, what is their specific reason?
I don't know. Maybe from what I can see, like the only reason I could see them doing it is so like if people don't cite it in the future and say, well, you guys took down our server because of blank, but you didn't take down this server. They just kind of have to protect their legal rights. They might not want to take it down, but they need to keep it. I forget what it's called, but in like law, basically,
Well, from
if you
them
don't
saying you don't want it up, that doesn't sound like what they're doing.
if you don't protect your academic tech or your not academic
If you don't,
intellectual properties
yeah,
or whatever,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
people can just take it basically.
yeah. Well, if you don't enforce the law, then no one's gonna obey the law. If there were no cops, no one would just adhere to the law.
Exactly. You got it exactly. But I mean,
But it wasn't harming anyone either, though.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is theirs? Did they cite a reason
Well,
for why?
and that wasn't harming him, but like a different server could be like taken down for another reason, and someone could be like, well, these people were out of their right, and you guys didn't take them down, and then they have to be like, well, yeah, we didn't take them down because of X.
Are they
and, like,
out of their right to have the what was out of their right to have the server? Like, what was Nostramus or whatever? What rule were they breaking?
Like you're just not allowed to run the like a standard copy of the game or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
It was just terms of agreement. You can't run you can't run a vanilla server, something like
Yeah.
that.
Something like that.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense to me, but okay.
It didn't make it much sense to anybody else. Trust me. That's why everyone's angry at them. It's just a weird thing to do. But I mean, lots of weird things are happening in gaming. I mean, like this Titanfall teaser that just came out. It's
Which
not
I
really that
haven't
great of a
watched yet.
teaser. I mean,
what did they show?
I saw it. It's like I can basically explain it to you really quickly because it's a shitty teaser. It's just like some guy says like one thing like, oh, blah blah blah, like some like generic action hero saying, and then they like show a pod that had crashed and like a mech walks up to it and like stabs a sword into the ground. So they're adding melee weapons basically.
Wow,
So,
my
like
favorite.
a giant robotic sword.
Oh.
And
Oh, I
hopefully
like-
they have a story mode.
Well, they confirmed a single player campaign.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. At least
Um,
I played Titanfall like 3 times. I got it pretty cheap, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play this game. So I played it, and then I played it one time for like an hour or two, And then I just
Mhm.
never had any desire. Like, I had fun playing it. When I was playing it, I wasn't like, this is terrible or anything. Like, it wasn't particularly bad. I mean,
It had what a game needs, aka gameplay, but it just didn't have any substance.
I never thought to myself, I want to play this game again.
Yeah, because you have fun for like a few hours in the game, and then you're just done. It's because it
That's
lacked
me for a lot of
that-
games.
that was more so than a lot of other games. It was that for most people, at least, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I'm different than most people is when I play a game. I play for like 5 hours, and I'm just like, I'll pick it up again later. And then I play another game for 5 hours, and I'm like, then I'll pick it up again later. And then I just do that.
I hope I do hope Titanfall 2 can get whatever that like magical thing they need to catch on, because I love the idea of it.
It was basically like a former AAA devs with the budget of a like indie game and they made Titanfall. That's why it didn't have a single player mode. It was the former people who made Modern Warfare 2. It was former Infinity Ward employees that went off and made their own studio at EA.
So, do you think with a budget they could make it like better and actually last this time?
Yeah, probably. I mean, hopefully it's not just another thing like the original wasn't it like they only got like 2 or 3 DLC packs, am I right? If I remember correctly, there's like 2 like 2 giant DLC things and then nothing else.
I don't remember. I remember I got some DLC for free. I don't remember if I got it all. Because I remember Origin just gave you it all for free, and I was like...
Yeah, Origin just shelled that shit out to everyone. They're like, look, we have Titanfall, guys!
Here's some DLC, enjoy it. And then I never played it.
They were just like, everyone can have it, everyone can have Titanfall, free game for like a month.
Oh,
Is it still like that, like, you can do a trial period game? Like, they'll allow you to play like 2 hours of it, and then you have to pay for it or something?
I don't know about Titanfall.
I still haven't played Titanfall. Is it any good?
Like we just said, it's fun for like a teeny amount of time, and then you're just kind of like, I mean...
The feeling of the game and the fun of it is fleeting. You're like, oh my god, this is cool, I'm in a mech, I can do parkour. I mean, it had some very, like, good insights on where the first-person shooter genre was going at the time. Like, Advanced Warfare basically was that, except without the mechs. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I never played Advanced Warfare, really, so I don't know, but...
It had parkour, it had, like sort of jetpack.
I'm assuming it's a lot like whatever than the one that I have in Modern Warfare. Is that what's the one that we have, Mike? The one that we just bought?
Black Ops 3.
Black Ops.
Yeah, Black Ops 3.
Was that really 3? I feel like Black Ops 3 came out like 100 years ago.
No,
it was November or October.
That's the newest one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't change their naming convention too much, so.
Why am I so confused by this?
Titanfall was the game that started like the whole jetpack craze in shooters.
Is there was a craze, or was it just Call of Duty and Titanfall?
I find it funny that's the reason that it's probably...
I mean, Metroid had a jetpack back in 2001 or 2 or whatever Prime came out.
I mean, Battlefront has a pretty similar type of jetpack now in it.
I guess.
2 Call of Duties in a row now have had jetpacks.
Well, it's Call of Duty. You can't really fault them for keeping it in the same franchise.
Well, I mean, Battlefront, the 2 people who play it nowadays, they're having fun. It supposedly has a really low player base. Ugh.
I would assume
like,
because
the only thing people play is like whatever Walker Defensor thing.
I don't even play that
and
one.
That's why I find people, because I love Walker Assault.
That's the only game mode that anybody ever plays anymore, and it's just sad. That's why I didn't buy it, and I don't regret not buying it. I really wanted I wanted a game like Battlefront 3 was going to be. Like, you saw that one trailer where you go like orbital space battles back down to the ground, and like a whole giant cool ecosystem. But
wasn't that what Battlefront 2 was going to be?
No.
3.
No.
Because I'm pretty sure there
out.
Hadn't there been rumors?
Never mind. Are you thinking about 3?
No.
2 came out.
No, you're definitely thinking of 3. 2 came out, and it's what it was. Mm-hmm. They didn't have any other like things for 2. You're thinking of 3.
There was like a trailer for 3 that came out. Not like a trailer, like a gameplay, like alpha build.
Alpha
thing.
gameplay came out of it,
And it looked amazing.
It looked awesome, but
and it would have been as good as the other ones, but then LucasArts went under because they made stupid decisions.
I like Battlefront.
It's
I would
fun.
not say
I had
it's-
fun playing Battlefront. I'm probably gonna play it
I
some
wouldn't
more,
say-
but I'm.
Yeah, I
trying to
wouldn't say
invest
it's a
in other
bad
things.
game. I get it. I get like a craving goes to do some like get a Star Wars kick in, so I go play Battlefront for a while.
It's a great looking Star Wars game. It's just not a great shooter, and not very fun.
Well,
Brian, are you
I mean-
like is like an earthquake at your house? Your camera's just shaking. Are you like? What are you doing?
I don't know.
Ryan, you didn't play that much either though. You only played one of the betas for like a couple hours.
I played the beta for like a couple of hours, but I mean that's all I needed to know of the game.
The game has quite a bit more content compared to what was in the beta.
There's
I mean, I
like
assume-
a lot of content. I would have liked it if there was a single player more.
It wasn't the content that got me; it was the gameplay. The gameplay loop wasn't enough to keep me in. There wasn't vehicles. Vehicles that were there were
I really
I
like
like-
the way the gameplay came out. I don't know.
It
It's
feels
different.
Pretty decent.
It's
It's
just like-
different than what a lot of shooters are.
Yeah.
It kind of stands out on its own.
I mean,
Not
kind of.
really.
It's like Battlefront, pretty much.
Every gun
Battlefield,
is
I
the
mean.
same.
It stands on its own with the whole token system on the field to find like ships and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I never really liked that. I just liked the original system that they had that was like the Battlefield system where you could just get into it.
When does the
Wait
new
for-
Doom come out? Do you guys know?
Oh, really soon. The beta comes out really soon. I got invited to it. It's April 15th,
I didn't get invited to.
which
it.
No.
is today.
The
Literally
beta's
now.
the beta's on Steam for free.
It comes out in May.
Yeah. The beta's out right now.
Have you guys played
There's
the
an
old
open-
Dooms?
No.
No.
I
I played the
played
original.
Doom 3 on Xbox.
I played the original.
I've never played any of them, and one of my coworkers telling me he's like super anticipating it. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so fast. It's gonna be good." And I was like, "All right, I don't know anything about Doom. I'm not really excited, but it sounds cool."
The original is like, well, it's
Classic.
Doom.
Yeah, it's classic, and I don't know. I hope that the new one lives up to the expectations of the fans.
Doom it looks kind of troubling right now.
Why?
It has mixed Steam reviews for it are mixed right now
What are they
on
saying?
the.
Are they saying performance
beta page.
issues, or are they saying
Oh,
the game
they're
sucks?
saying most of them are saying the gameplay doesn't live up.
Yeah, well, that
I
can
mean, I
happen.
assumed as much.
Yeah.
The multiplayer experience of it feels like they tried to copy the Halo or Call of Duty.
Well,
System,
I mean,
but it
it's an
doesn't live
older
up to-
game.
Well, Halo.
it doesn't live. It fails at copying the Halo or Call of Duty system though.
People are saying like we want the original Doom experience, but you don't. There's a reason the game evolved. There's a reason the genre evolved past Doom.
No, but I think more of
I
the
don't
complaints is that it's trying to copy something they've seen before and they want something different. I think that's more where
I
the
think what
complaints
they
are
want
coming
is
from.
Doom, and they're getting Halo. A
Yeah,
bad
probably.
Halo. But Halo, what did Halo 4 or 5? What's the new one? That one didn't even do
Five
that well, did it?
Guardians. No, Guardians. I don't think Guardians received very well.
It was received relatively well.
I mean,
compared to,
I
like,
like
4.
no one talks about it anymore or anything.
No, it didn't last long at all when it first came out. I
They
think
had
it was.
they had that stupid system in it, whatever that one system that you had to like pay for, that you could like pay for better like stuff. I forget what it was called, but I never played it. I don't have an Xbox.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
it was-
have an
Wait, which
Xbox.
one?
Five.
Guardians.
Oh, I don't play it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about the NX rumor that 4 Wii U games are being ported over to the NX, and what that implies, which is no backwards compatibility from Wii U to NX, or from NX to Wii U.
I mean, I expect.
Is that what it implies? Is that what it implies though?
Kind of.
Yeah. Why else would they do
Yeah,
it?
why else would they port 4 Wii U games over on launch titles?
because they know people will actually buy them.
Why?
Mike,
If they have
Mike,
a
Mike,
Wii U and the Wii
Mike.
U is backwards
What-
compatible,
what
why
game-
would they buy
Why
them?
not
What
just
games-
buy the computer or buy the game?
Okay. What games are they?
They don't know. It's just rumored. Someone from
I
Nintendo
thought it was-
or like
I thought
related.
they actually had. I thought they had 4 games actually named. Wasn't it like Smash?
No, people.
Hyrule
It's
War.
speculation.
Is it speculation?
Yeah. It's
Well, because here's what I can say.
because I saw
they
that
do-
like someone made a tweet that said like I know some stuff about the NX and there are 4 games being ported over to the NX from the
Here's
Wii.
what I'll say. If they can make an easy port of Smash Bros, Mario Kart, do a dual release like Legend of Zelda, and
Yeah,
like
Legend
some
of Zelda is
other-
basically confirmed.
And
if
some
they're
other
porting
game
over,
some other game that's like
Twilight
universally.
Mario
and
Kart.
some other-
Mario Kart.
Okay, come on, can I talk,
No,
please?
you can't, Mike. Kill yourself.
And so if they do like Smash, Mario Kart, or Zelda, and one other game that's universally liked, those 2 games are going to get bought. Those games will get bought multiple times.
Not if they're backwards
Smash
compatible.
Bros.
Like if they're backwards compatible, why would they waste their money porting it? Why would they do that?
It's not like they better performance, better graphics.
No, Mike,
They're
they're
not
not gonna.
gonna
It's
put-
not gonna be backwards compatible.
No.
There's no reason to port it over if it's not.
There's
They
literally
would just
no
be like,
reason.
oh, okay.
They're just splitting their profits and their player base and everything. If it unlike Splatoon, if they're porting it, then it like if it doesn't work with Wii U, then there's no point because like almost everyone's bought it for the Wii U who wants it.
The only like thing I could say in Mike's defense would be, well, the GameCube was backwards compatible. The Twilight Princess was backwards compatible on GameCube. Like the Wii could run it, but they also made a Wii version.
Yeah, but the controls were fundamentally different on that.
Yeah,
one.
that's what my rebuttal would be. So I mean, yeah, it's not gonna be backwards compatible most likely if this rumor is true.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's most likely pointing towards if it's true.
And if it's
Yeah,
if it's
we don't
not,
even-
I
they-
probably won't buy one.
you wouldn't? Why? I mean, you have a Wii U.
No, if it's not backwards compatible.
Yeah, why? You have a Wii U.
Because I don't really want to keep my Wii U. If I'm getting a new system, I'd rather sell it back and have less clutter.
I still have like a Xbox and a PS1.
Yeah, I got my
Mike.
GameCube.
Yeah,
and
I
Nintendo 64.
have an original Xbox also, and it's broken now.
My
Mine's
Nintendo
not.
64 still works.
My Nintendo 64 still works because that's Nintendium.
Nintendium.
But yeah, Nintendium, the indestructible substance that Nintendo made in the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. My Game Boy doesn't work anymore. I'm surprised my Game Boy Advance still works. It has like 1,000 scratches on its screen.
I mean, Nintendo
just
used
only
to
have-
make bulkier stuff, yeah.
I just
But
don't like
yeah.
having a lot of systems hooked up. That's just how I am. And if it's not backwards compatible, I can't really get
Well, if
away
they're
with.
porting your game, so
only
you're
having
just going to buy
one.
them anyway. You just buy it again.
Would I though?
I don't know.
Would
That's
I
what we're
though?
saying. Why would they do that? Why that wouldn't make sense if it was backwards compatible and ported over. That doesn't make
Because
any
people
sense.
would. Because there are people who would buy them.
Like 10.
And they know.
Nintendo already has a pretty low like.
Yeah, they're not gonna just be like, okay,
Okay.
everybody, here's the same game.
Here's my thing though. The Wii U didn't sell that much.
Mhm.
What if the NX actually picks up steam and
Then they're very confident.
a lot of people end up buying it?
Then they're very
then all those
confident in
people-
their system.
Then all those
If
people
they're
who
already
don't
porting
have.
stuff over. But if
They
it's
have to take
backwards,
that risk,
Mike,
though.
if it's backwards compatible, then you can just buy the Wii U game. It doesn't matter. Why would they waste
Exactly.
Why
money
would
on
you-
that?
Why would you buy the Wii U one if you could just buy the newer version
Why
and it
would
looks,
they make a new
and it looks
version if you
better?
could just buy the Wii U one in the first place?
Like, you're making a fool of yourself here.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mike, you're a damn
if you
fool.
didn't have a Wii U and the NX came out, updated versions like run 60 FPS
Most
constantly
games run 60
with
FPS
even better
anyway.
visuals
They're not
and
gonna waste their
everything.
time making better visuals.
I
So
mean,
wait, how does this go into your argument?
Do
that
I
it's gonna
ha-
be
do
backwards
I ha-
compatible?
do I have to say Twilight Princess HD?
That's like a
What about it?
It's like almost a 10-year-old game, Mike.
But it's barely upgraded looking. They wasted money to upgrade a game that they knew people would
A
buy.
10-year-old game that people didn't just buy last year. If Twilight Princess came out last year, I wouldn't have bought it because I'd be like, I had this game and it looks like slightly better.
I still didn't buy it though because I already own the game one way or another. So it's like,
Twilight Princess is my favorite Zelda. If I had a Wii U, I would have bought it.
Okay, but would you have bought it for a backwards compatible system with like teeny tiny, slightly better visuals, or would you buy the cheaper version?
Well,
it's probably
if-
cheaper.
if it came out
Depends.
10 years, if we're talking about Twilight Princess and it came out 10 years later and looked a lot better, then I would have bought it. It doesn't look a lot better though.
Why would they wait?
Anyways,
still
these are
doesn't
just
contribute to the
rumors.
argument that why would they make it backwards compatible and port games over?
Do you know who
'Cause-
probably wasn't backwards
Okay,
compatible
it-
and a Nintendo product? Allison Raft.
The 2.2.
Okay, hey,
Hell.
no,
I don't know.
We already,
She's
we
not
already, we already
compatible
talked
with
about it,
the,
Mike. You got your
Alliance.
point across. I understand your point.
I'm
It
not
just
done
doesn't
with
make
this.
sense.
I'm not done with this. Because that's gonna tear apart the fan base even more. Because how many? What's the general
That's what
fan
I
base
said.
of
That was
Nintendo?
my argument. That was mine.
What?
That it would tear
What?
apart the fan base to have two separate versions of the same game for the same console.
No, I'm saying it's gonna tear apart to not have backwards compatibility. Think about the age group of Nintendo players. They're little kids. How many parents are gonna want to buy a system
Think
that
about how many
the
Nintendo
launch
games are played
titles were-
online
Okay,
competitively.
we're not debating why they wouldn't make it. I'm debating why would they port games over for a console if it was backwards
That's
compatible. That's
that's
not
a
a
rumor.
relevant argument.
How many NX rumors have even come out to be remotely true?
How many?
We don't
how
know
many,
yet.
Yeah, how many
This
things
one.
have they said about the NX? Nothing. They said, yeah, it's a thing.
Exactly. We have no basis going on. This is a rumor we're talking about.
Yeah, but okay.
So
We're saying if the
it's a
rumor's
dumb-
true, it points to it not being backwards compatible. And you said
Like,
yes,
you
it
can't
does. That
dismiss
means
any
it is.
rumor, yet you can't confirm any rumor. All we can do is
exactly.
Can we move on to the
Because all I know is that
to the formerly
Parent-
Nintendo working escort?
I don't think parents would buy their kids a system 5 years later.
Came out in
Yeah, let's say-
2012, right?
Yeah, let's say 5 years later, that like a third of the launch titles are games that they already own. I don't think many parents would buy their kids systems like that.
Okay, so what's your?
parents don't care.
That's
Because so people who don't have a Wii U right now didn't
So
buy
the name
one.
of this episode's
sold it
going to be
back.
called Mike doesn't or Mike really thinks it's going to be backwards compatible to the episode.
I
Right?
don't see why it wouldn't. It's like I'm always so
we're not-
adamant right now is because you guys always cut me off, and I don't even know I'm in this podcast right now. And you always cut me off and don't let me talk.
okay.
Dude.
It gets annoying, really.
All right, we can discuss that after the podcast. Let's
No, we're
move
gonna
on
talk
to
about
the
it right now.
let's move on to the Nintendo bitch.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa.
Okay,
whoa.
Christian. Tumblr really doesn't like us now. Tumblr hates us now.
We're trying to
Good,
build.
then we're
fan
doing
base,
something
Christian.
right. Let's move
No.
on.
No.
Allegedly, she's also an escort. Allison Rapp.
Yeah, well, I've seen the photos, and they
More than alleged.
point to the same tattoo in the same spot, in the same person. So there you
So
go.
it's not just alleged, but confirmed.
Okay, so
it's
she's
not
also an
100%. You
escort.
can't see her face or anything, but yeah.
Do we
probably.
know what type of escort we're talking about here?
Yes.
Like an escort. She gives you the girlfriend experience.
Okay, so all the way then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so not just like taking.
But she's
like, someone,
expensive. Like, holy shit.
Not
I
just
actually saw the picture, and she's
so not
expensive
just
as fuck.
like. So not just like accompanying someone like a party, like actual.
Yeah.
Depends on how much you pay.
Okay, well.
You think you could cash in Club Nintendo points for her, and that's why they had to shut down the program?
They were like, dude, we're rolling out Mitomo,
Can I use my
and we
Mitomo
cannot have
coins?
this going.
Yeah, that's
Did I pay her in
Can I-
Mitomo
Can I
coins?
use my candy?
they
Is that what
fired
it's
her
used
from
for?
her. Yes, they fired her from her job as the treehouse lady to be the full-time escort that you can pay Mitomo coins for. I mean, prove me wrong.
I
no
don't
proof.
think Nintendo would do that.
The
I
next
don't
update
think
for
you can
Mitomo's
actually
probably
big
gonna
Not
have that.
Nintendo of America, Nintendo of Japan. Come on, dude.
No, Nintendo Japan would sell someone younger.
Yeah, probably like 15
Whoa,
or
whoa,
16.
whoa, whoa.
And
Well,
Allison
I
Rapp would
guess
support
I guess
it.
I can't say whoa,
Yeah,
since
no, Nintendo of Japan would sell someone younger, but Allison Rapp would defend it.
the age of
Yeah,
consent.
Allison Rapp, she'd be the spokesperson.
Nintendo Japan would sell someone younger, say they're 18.
And
get
Allison
away
Rapp
with
would
it.
defend them in court.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so did you guys watch the No Man's Sky video with the gameplay?
I
No.
actually did not get a chance to watch it. I really wanted to.
Oh my god,
Well,
you guys are.
I
I'm
haven't
just,
seen
I'm
it
just
yet,
saddened by the fact that it's not multiplayer.
See, it doesn't bother me as much, especially when you've like heard the guy talk about like how you're gonna start off in different corners and it's gonna be hard to find people, and I don't know, it'd be annoying to have to follow you guys around and
Well-
watch Ryan rush through everything again. It's my
Hey,
favorite thing to
Well,
do.
it's,
Like the forest.
at this point,
Like the
At
whole
this
reason
point,
I
it's gonna
wanted
be
to play it
impossible.
was because we could play together.
I don't know.
Because going through the galaxy together would be fun.
I like exploration.
when it comes
My only worry is that it feels too pointless. Mike, go ahead.
when it comes to exploration, it just gets kind of boring
Yeah.
exploring alone like that, with
don't know,
no
I-
real goal except for exploring.
Well, and to make money and to just do whatever you want. I mean, you can do more than just explore. You can, I mean, they showed in the video you can do space combat. You can take down like freighters and be like a pirate sort of, and then you can trade with the NPCs and stuff and explore the world, and you can actually you can actually like dig into the ground and find caves and stuff and like find other things. It seems pretty
It's-
fun.
Dig into the ground to find caves. It's a whole new experience.
A whole new world.
There's not another game, Minecraft, that's like that. I mean, come
So
on.
you're saying
Ryan?
No, but
Minecraft
Minecraft in
mixed
space.
with Elite Dangerous?
Ryan, you can't
I mean, not
just
really. There's-
you can't just claim an idea as yours when it's something as like digging. I guarantee you,
I'm not
a
saying
game
it's,
came out
I'm just saying
before
it's
Minecraft
unoriginal.
that had.
Yeah, there was. It
Well,
was like
is being in space the most original thing?
No,
Yeah, I know space exploration is nothing new.
I mean, the kind of game I've been wanting for a while now is like a game to where I could just go through space with my friends, just like a giant MMO. But I know there's like Eve and stuff like that. But I wanted like Star Citizen. That's gonna be a fun game
Yeah,
to play
Star
when it comes
Citizen,
out.
I think is. If
Like,
that
I wanna
ever
be able to-
lives up to what it's supposed to be.
I want to be able to buy a ship with my friends, and like that's the reason why like Star Trek and all those shows are so successful. Like
Yeah,
that's a cool
you,
thing.
you want a type of thing like Star Trek though, where not that many people want that. I don't really want that.
Yeah,
I'd rather
explain
fly
what
alone.
to explain what you mean, Mike. He wants a game like where someone's the captain, someone's the science officer, someone's the pilot,
No.
someone's the guns, and that's what you. I mean, you were telling us like, oh, this looks like so much fun. It's like, no, I don't want to sit
That-
there and watch you,
To,
captain.
to me, it looks boring.
I want a
I mean,
game
it
to where
was
we
pretty
can-
well done in Guns of Icarus, where everyone had like a role and they at least could like switch it up a little bit and do whatever they want. But like if you were stationed,
and how often do we go back to play
I
want
want to play Guns of Icarus again. I wish we.
I
should.
actually would love to go back to playing it, to
We
be
haven't
honest.
played it in a while, and it would feel.
We can go back to it.
Yeah.
we can go back to it. It might be
fun
one a video on this channel.
Oh shit! It
Maybe.
probably won't though.
But yeah, No Man's Sky, I don't like. No Man's Sky looks pretty exciting to me,
Yeah.
whether or not it's multiplayer.
Yeah.
But
know
I don't know
for
much about Star Citizen. Could you?
Although, well, Star Citizen is like. Okay,
The
we're
most
gonna talk about it in a
kickstart.
second. I want to just say I'm losing it. I'm losing it. What am I gonna say about No Man's Sky? I forgot. Oh yeah, I'm worried that it's gonna get boring really fast. Like
That's
I'm
why.
worried-
Okay.
That's why multiplayer
think-
is needed.
Well, I'd get
The
bored if
thing-
we were doing multiplayer anyway, because then I'd just be following you guys around and watching you guys do everything.
So, with it, I think having the ghost thing in the No Man's Sky could probably make it a little less boring. If like you can be on a planet, no one really messes with what you're doing, but you can also kind of like talk and like. Well, you can't really interact, but you can like talk and kind of just like watch what people are doing at the same time.
I don't know. That'd be interesting, I guess, but I don't think that's what they're gonna do.
I don't think it is either because they're definitely going for more of a you're alone on this type of thing.
Yeah, and I don't mind the isolated thing. Like I enjoy Metroid Prime. Then that's pretty isolated. It's
We're talking about No
almost
Man's
as
Sky.
Well, that's also a single player game with a
with the story.
campaign.
Well, they haven't.
This
I
is
don't know. I don't know if they just haven't announced the campaign or if there is no campaign yet. I don't know. Did they say there isn't one?
It'd be hard to do a campaign in a galaxy that big that they're saying.
I don't know.
You mean in a galaxy
I don't know
infinitely
if
generated?
This is a rumor. I don't know if this is information from what someone said, but the goal of the game basically is to get to the center of the universe.
Oh, so it's Spore.
Yeah, it's like Spore, sort of, in that regard.
But I mean, that's not a bad thing. I did
No.
like a lot of elements of Spore.
Spore was
Did
okay.
you say
Except-
cell mode?
Except Spore was only fun until the space age.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
But I
don't
mean,
know. But that
Spore
was
was
that
fun
was that was
until,
different inherently than No Man's Sky. But Christian wanted to know about Star Citizen, and that's basically like imagine
It's
a
what
first
we want
person
No Man's Sky
imagine
to
a
be.
first person shooter and No Man's Sky put together, where you can go down on the planets, and you
Well,
can,
and
yeah,
and it's
more
multiplayer.
Elite Dangerous, and like a first person shooter, and like it's like a space sim and a shooter at the same time, and you can do the things and there's missions and stuff, and they split their online and their single player into 2 games. So now there's Squadron 41 or 42 or something like that, and then there's Star Citizen.
it sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds really fun, and they have.
But I really want to
lot-
try No Man's Sky.
They have a lot of promise for the game. They have a lot. They're really ambitious. I'll say that. And
Yeah, I just see. One of the articles is called "Try Monstrously Ambitious Space Sim Star Citizen Free for a Week."
I
Do you
tried
think?
it.
Do you think monstrously ambitious describes the game pretty well?
Yeah.
yeah,
If you've seen what they want to accomplish.
it's the most Kickstarter game, or it's like the most funded game. It was all crowdfunded. It's the highest crowdfunded game ever.
Oh, they better not let people down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
well,
it was supposed to release like a year ago or something, wasn't it?
I don't
Stakes
know.
are
I don't know
high,
if it was
clearly.
supposed to. I don't.
In the original plans, it was either
well,
this
maybe
year or
in,
like last year or
the
something.
very first thing that they were doing. Sure.
Yeah, but then they just basically upgraded the scope.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm excited for it. I want to be able to go through space with my friends and like explore.
Yeah.
And like you say,
Yeah.
I don't really want like a thing where like, oh, this person is the engineer and stuff like that. Like, I'll play a game like that, but that's not what I want in that context. I want something more like Starbound, to where like everyone's sort of their own thing, but we all could be in the same ship and go somewhere and just explore it together.
See, I don't
and
know.
then-
You say everyone's in the same ship. You really want 2 people ships in Elite Dangerous, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. You want me to just sit in the other seat and like
It's
just
just
be
the
there?
experience.
I mean, I am not
No,
really good
gunner.
at piloting in Elite Dangerous.
I want someone to be the gunner in Elite Dangerous
Yeah.
for me.
I tried the Star Citizen thing, and I can tell you the physics in that game, like the way the ship controls are already a lot better than Elite Dangerous. The Elite Dangerous
Yeah, yeah.
combat was kind of annoying and kind of restrictive, I guess. I don't know.
I found
Very
flying
good.
itself
Star
hard
Citizen
enough.
was alright.
Combat is just.
Well, yeah, you don't
it's
have.
just-
Me and Ryan have joysticks too. That makes it a lot more fun, a
Yeah.
lot better too.
Yeah,
That
I feel
is-
like I'd be better at something non-flying in Star Citizen.
The
You
problem
should do
with
shooting, too.
the problem with looking at what Ryan wants in
Yeah,
a
Ryan, what you
space theme
want,
and what-
even though you just told us you
and
didn't.
what I want in it is that we'll be going somewhere and I'll be like, oh, that planet looks more fun, and I'll just swerve off the path and just leave you, and then you guys will be like, where'd Mike go? And it's like,
If we're
I
in the
went to the
same
planet.
ship, you can't just jump out into space and be like, to the planet.
which is why I don't want to be combined to the same ship.
Yeah,
Well, we could have like a giant ship with subships in it in
Squadron.
Star Citizen.
Then
Or we
I'd
could have a
literally
squadron.
grab my subship to fly away.
I was
Alright,
thinking,
let's
well,
take-
either that or like a squadron.
Did someone just take off out of the loading bay?
I
Yeah.
just want a game
Michael
that,
left.
that has some fun teamwork. Like that, in space.
In
So, I mean, like
space.
teamwork is
Pride of
sounds
space
like a good
person.
idea. Oh, sorry, Mark, were you
Teamwork
talking?
makes dreams work.
I don't know if it would work for any sort of thing other than like a Star Trek type game where
Not
everyone
really.
has to, where everyone wants to be there and doing that.
I mean, like, again, with Star Trek, you have sub-ships. Like, you'd have the main ship, and then you'd have smaller ships to send to different planets.
Exactly.
All right, well, we're
Which
gonna.
Like,
we're
I
at
think
about
maybe
40
the option
minutes
to
now. We're
have...
getting on 40 minutes. We're gonna switch over to Dark Souls.
I'm playing it right now.
Wow, that's good. We're both in Farron Woods or Farron Forest or whatever it is, right? Or did you move
Yeah.
past it already?
I'm fighting a boss right now, but yeah, I'm still there.
And
This boss
Mike
is
wants
very
us to
annoying.
point out the obvious similarities to Farron Woods and The Legend of Zelda.
It's by the name itself,
No,
not really
it's
other.
exactly the same. There's moblins there and trees and other things.
I don't know about that. I'm fighting some giant witch lady, but I don't remember
Yeah,
that in
that-
Zelda.
That's a
I-
moblin.
I remember that
don't worry.
exactly. Exactly the same. I can't believe they ripped off Zelda like this.
I mean, what Zelda was Farron Woods? Wasn't that Skyward
Twilight
Sword?
Princess. Twilight Princess. It was the woods you started.
I mean, it's probably been in more than a few. I can't remember specifically.
Specifically, I remember Twilight Princess because it's my favorite Zelda.
Well, what woods were in well, okay, let's not go on a tangent here. We're on Dark Souls.
I've been enjoying 3 a lot.
I just beat a boss.
I've been playing.
I mean, yeah, it's just a greater version of 1 and 2. I mean, it takes what was good from 1 and what was good from 2 and just makes a really good game.
And not to mention running it on PC at 60 frames per second feels very good as opposed
That
to
is true.
console tier.
Okay.
frames.
So you said the best of 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that maybe removing the fact that a little bit of exploration from 1 hurts it a little bit?
I mean, it seems semi-linear right now. I mean, there's branching paths, at least where I am now, that's starting to get there. But, like, I always got a little bit annoyed from Dark Souls 1 that I know there's a whole, like, exploring aspect and you, like, every area interconnected, which is really good level design. But I would get lost. Like, I would run to the catacombs. I would run somewhere in the beginning when I didn't know what I was doing. And I'd be like, I'm dying now.
That's like my favorite part, though. Like
Yeah, that's-
going
And, like,
to
After you defeat the undead parish and the gargoyles, it's just like, you have to go to Blighttown. Who knows where Blighttown is? I didn't know where it was. I had to figure it out. You just had to, like, they just throw you on your ass. This one, it's as hard, but at least they're like, it's that way. Just that way.
I don't know.
I
and
think
there's
my-
a lot. Go ahead, Mike.
I think my favorite part from Dark Souls 1 was going to whatever place the ghosts, the like green ghosts with the sights were at early, and learning like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here yet. I should figure out where I'm supposed to go instead.
Yeah, see, I
It's
don't
just
know.
like, it's not like it's holding my hand, telling me like, go this way, little one. You're supposed to go to Undead Parish first. Like,
I'm not sure if I like the idea that you can just stumble into an area that you're not necessarily supposed to go, because then it becomes like super misleading that you're like, where do I go? And then you just spend hours just kind of like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. At least in Dark Souls 3, it hasn't, like, there's been different ways you can go, and they usually converge back together or something. Like, there's different paths you can take along the same area to get to the same place, and then you're like, oh, I could have taken this way too, and then you go back and look at it, and you're like, that was pretty neat. But I can see the appeal of, like, Dark Souls 1 kind of feeling like, oh, shit, I'm really lost. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, that's kind of a unique aspect of that you don't get in a lot of games.
Mm-hmm. At least not
'Cause
anymore.
I'm not actually one who really likes really that type of thing that much. It just felt so much more fun in Dark Souls than anything else I played.
I don't... Dark Souls, like the Souls games, Bloodborne, I didn't play 1 very much. I got not very far. I beat like 1 or 2 bosses, I think. I didn't play 2 until Scholar of the First Sin came out, which was a mistake because I didn't know what I was doing and I just got wrecked and I quit. And then I got Bloodborne and I played that. I beat quite a few bosses. I don't remember how far exactly I got. I had a lot of fun with it, but then I stopped playing it for a while to play something else, and when I came back I had no idea what I was doing, so I just kind of never really went back. I started over, but I didn't get very far. And now Dark Souls 3 came out, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I booted up Bloodborne just to make it like a comparison between the two. I booted up earlier. You guys were there. And I don't know, it feels they're pretty similar. I think there's a lot more limitation in how you're supposed to play it with Bloodborne. Like, they want you to be aggressive in Bloodborne. They want you to just get in and get out. You know what I mean? There's not as much strategy to fighting the characters, the boss, like the enemies in Bloodborne as there is in Dark Souls.
Because there's so many different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's less variety in Bloodborne. But I don't think that kills the game. Like, you'd think that would make it like a terrible game, and I guess I can understand why some people would say it's not as good as the other ones. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun playing it. I like the setting. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's been done 1,000 times." But I don't know. It's pretty good setting. I like the monsters. I enjoy it. The only thing that really puts me off the game is that it runs terribly on the PlayStation 4. It just runs at like 14 frames per second. I don't know, that's an exaggeration, but I can look at the frames. I'm like, oh, look at that one. That one was nice. And there's a lot of shitty effects that cover up the not so great graphics, but it looks all right, and the end result looks all right if you don't mind the effects.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't really play 2 or Dark Souls 2 either. I mean, I watched somebody play it. I played 1 recently and got to Anor Londo. Before that, the farthest I've ever gotten in one was getting through Undead Parish and killing the gargoyles. But I mean, the game itself for 3, it seems it's just as hard as the other ones, but it's just a little bit more accessible, I guess, to newer players.
I played Dark Souls 1 and I just got lost and kind of gave up.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, I beat a boss.
That's why they sort of linearized it. I haven't felt
the bosses have been very hard in 3 though so far.
I mean, I just fought one that took me like 4 or 5 lives, and I mean, it just depends on how your character's built and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I did the tree, but I was saving that for co-op, so I kind of just didn't try that hard. But the first dude and then Vort were both like, I don't know. I feel like I did the what was his name? Aaron Ludo. I'm not gonna pretend to remember.
Vulture or whatever.
I don't know. There's like a LUDOX or something in his name, or I don't know. But like you probably could have done it if you were like a good Souls player. You probably could have got in there and hit him a bunch and rolled around him and tried to dodge all his attacks or anything. But I just figured out if you just keep your distance from him, he'll do that thing where he lunges at you, and then you just roll like diagonally to his side, and you'll be right behind him, and you can just hit him, and then you just repeat that until he's dead.
Well, that's what you do in Souls games. You just have to find their weakness
you just
and just
figure it out. But like once you figure it out, it was like really easy. And then Vort was really easy too, because all you had to do was figure out, I just got to stay under him. I just got to stay, like, roll at him, roll. You can literally just roll underneath him and you'll be behind him, and then you could just hit him some more. And I was like, all right.
Like, that's the way that a lot of the bosses were in Dark Souls 1, 2. Like, that's the way it is. You just have to try and exploit their movements and stuff, use them to your advantage.
I don't know. Maybe I was just shitty at that time, but in Bloodborne it felt a little like you couldn't just exploit one of their movements. I don't know. I can't remember. I was fighting Father, whatever his name was, before we started the podcast, and he wasn't that hard, but I don't know. It felt just more like attack, wait for his move, dodge, attack, like Bloodborne is, be aggressive, because in Bloodborne they have the mechanic where if you take a hit, you have a couple seconds to try and hit him again, and if you hit him, if you land an attack, you get some health back, and you can regain that portion of your health back, which encourages.
I do remember that mechanic in Bloodborne.
Which is pretty much what encourages.
And I feel like that probably would have been good.
It's fun. It doesn't take away from the game for me. It makes it more fun because it
gives you an incentive to attack quickly.
And a lot of the enemies are designed to you attack quickly, and you have to attack quickly. Otherwise, I mean, if you sit around waiting, then you're just wasting time, I guess.
You're wasting time, and you'll probably die. I mean, that's the thing that's always been good with Souls games. Like, I don't know. I just always like that however you played it, it was hard, but sometimes it was easier. Like, melee people were better against some bosses, while people magic users were good against other bosses. Like Demon Souls, I played Demon Souls. Magic users had way too much of an advantage in that game. Your magic literally regenerated, and you had no limit on how many spells you could cast. I literally beat some bosses by just sitting there being like, soul arrow, soul arrow, soul arrow, soul arrow, just hiding behind like a pillar.
Well, that's what I did for you were talking. Remember that giant fiery guy that you fought with Seaberg?
Yeah.
I literally just sat on the ledge and then it ran over, and I was like, all right. And then Siegfried went down there and fought him, and I just sat there shooting it with the bow and sometimes soul arrow, and I was like, all right, it's worked. And then he took a nap.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
it's sort of a game of wits at this type of at this game. Like they don't like punish you for exploiting the game. They do it.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Exploiting it and beating the game any way you can is basically how if you wanna just be really good and just fight things straight on, you can. And you can build your character towards that, which is kind of like Dark Souls is more open, while Bloodborne is kind of like you play it this way and that's how you want to play it.
Mm-hmm. They're both great games, though.
I enjoy them both.
I'm the magic system in this one. I'm a little iffy on. I mean.
How is it
like
different?
I said,
is it different from 1 or 2?
1, the magic system was just you had this amount, and I think casting might have taken up endurance, or did it take endurance in 1, Mike? Do you remember?
I don't have magic.
Okay, well, like I think casting might have taken endurance, but you had unlimited. You could cast as many spells, well, not unlimited. You had like a certain amount of spells. You could cast them, but it wouldn't like take away any mana or anything.
Okay.
I think that 2 had the same system, like a similar system to 1. And Demon Souls, like I said, had unlimited, but this game, you can only cast as much spells as you have mana for, basically.
Yeah, and it also takes stamina to do so.
And you have to sacrifice Estus Flasks.
Yeah, you can allocate. You have the Ashen Estus Flasks, and you have just the regular ones, and you can allocate between the 2. You can say, okay, well, I just want one of these because I don't do a lot of spells, so I probably won't need to fill that up, and then I can leave the rest for healing myself.
Okay, so something I haven't seen much of. I haven't looked into really much of is the sword or the weapon arts
in 3?
Dark Souls 3. Yeah.
I mean,
or those.
From what I can see, they took a lot of their inspiration from 1. I just fought a guy right now that was literally one of the same guys that's in the Darkroot Basin Woods or whatever. I forget what they're called. It's like the forest area of Dark Souls 1. It was literally the same like character model. It's just like a nod to it. And Mike, you would have seen it. You know that blacksmith in Undead Parish, Andre or whatever? That guy who's in the bottom. Yeah, he's in this game. Like he's in your Firelink Shrine in this game. They took a lot of inspiration from 1 because like Dark Souls 2 was received as like the worst Souls game probably.
There was just a poll I saw. It was asking people what they thought the worst Dark Souls game was, and it was unanimously 2. And then it was Bloodborne, and then I think Demon Souls, and then 1, and then Bloodborne. Or no, I got the whole order just fucked up, but...
Yeah, but like... This one looks like they went back to like the drawing board. They were like, okay, people like Dark Souls 1, why did they like it? They liked it because of these reasons, and then they made it better, which I like.
I've been enjoying it.
I like how they took out the damn system to where every time you die, you lose a little bit of health in your next life that 2 had.
That was annoying. That's what made me stop playing Scholar of the First Sin. I was just like, I can't do this. I keep dying.
I mean, I get
my thing.
Trying to punish you for dying, but the whole point of the game was you have to die to learn.
Yeah, if I hadn't probably played Scholar of the First Sin, I probably wouldn't have minded it so much because it wouldn't have been such a big deal. But I just kept dying, and I was like, I don't know, I'm trying to get through this, and then they're punishing me for dying, and I can't get through this without trying to die.
I feel you. And I mean, that's sort of the thing that Dark Souls has always been like good at. It's like Mario or any other game. Like older game, they're just like you die, you learn. Mario had like you had like maybe a mushroom, and then you're like the small guy, you die. You go back to the start of the level, figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's just
in
getting
the original
better.
Marios, you had a certain amount of lives and stuff. It wasn't as easy. I mean, I'm gonna say the new Marios are definitely a lot easier than the old ones.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it looks like they went back to the drawing board and made like a wholly better game. I mean, I love the game so far. I've been playing it all day. I bought it today, and I'm already like quite a ways through it. And I mean, they have like basically the same weapons. The new classes are really nice. Like they brought back the Pyromancer as like a starting class. I know they had it in 1. They took it away in 2 because it was too overpowered in PvP, if I remember correctly. Like too many people were using it in PvP and winning.
Yeah.
but they
Well-
brought it back to starting class and balanced it more, if I remember correctly.
All right, well, we're basically out of time, so we're going to have to wrap it up. And we'll see you next week. Hope you guys enjoyed our fun show of funness.
Buy Dark Souls 3.
Buy Dark Souls 3 if you enjoy fun games and hating
This
yourself.
episode is
because-
not brought to you by Bandai Namco. Anyway, yeah.
When you lose all your souls, you'll be very sad. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.